Alright guys, what is up? I am TheyComing. And welcome to the stream today, boys and nerds. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone's having a fantastic Friday. Hope you've had a great week so far. But here we are. Oh, whoops, my camera. What happened? What is going on with this? My camera is not on? Excuse me? Let me remove this real quick. Oh God. Deactivate, activate. Did that bring it back? There we go. Okay. Holy cow. I thought we were in trouble. Thought my camera had fat failed on me there. Something went wrong with it. Something was up. But we're here. We're inside of Clash Clans. Sorry about that. We got a couple announcements to make. Awesome. First and foremost, if you're watching, I would appreciate it if you took a moment to join the community that I opened up inside of global chat here. This is our community on the screen right now. TheyComing YT/TTV. You can find us. Anybody can join. It's open for everyone. Home for high-level strategy, town hall hit-up armies, and ranked pushers. So, if you're not in this community yet, I basically invited a handful of people that were on my friends list. And just waiting for people to join. I see we're up to what, like 7 members now? 3 of those accounts are mine, so we only got four people to join so far, but I just created it this afternoon. So it's open for everyone. Come join if you'd like to connect here. Let's have some fun. Share your strats, share your armies, all that fun stuff, and stay connected if you are so inclined. Would love to have those people join us. If you need to find the group in some way, you can just always refer to the beginning of this live stream. We'll probably announce it at the beginning of every stream for the next week or so, and then also probably touch on it around the midway point at the end of every stream as well. So yeah, if you'd like to stay connected, if you'd like a channel of communication with yours truly, you can find me there. Do note we also have a Discord server, and if you would like to be invited there, just need to reach out to me. But yeah, we got this right here. We got a cherry float Coca-Cola to kick off the stream. Moving into the more beef and potatoes of our stream, we're going to be doing our legend set today. Depending on how it goes, we may do half the set today and save the other half for Sunday. I actually kind of liked that format last week. The last couple weeks, actually, doing half the set on Friday and then doing the other half on Saturday or Sunday. Definitely felt a little bit, I don't know, just felt a little bit more relaxed. 30 attacks all in one go can be a lot. But that's that. Final major announcement. We were able to max our Barbarian King, which means that we have completed the hero journey, awarding us with a nice, shiny, majestic Dragon Duke skin, which we are going to claim now and equip, because if you have it, you've got to flaunt it. I'm telling you. Show off when and where you can. We have the skin, nerds. We have it. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the army that we want to use this week. On the screen is the one that you see that I've been using for the past few weeks. What's up? Is there any giveaway? I do not have a giveaway. Abhishek, what's up, man? Welcome back to the stream. Digital creator, welcome to the stream as well. So yeah, let's talk about our army real quick. I've been running the Monolith Arrow as a bit of an experiment. If we look at our league history here, we can see our performance over the last 3 weeks. Right here, league history. The crazy part is that 2 weeks ago, we actually did markedly better than we did last week. And I'm not sure if that was luck or what, because that was we did three weeks in a row with Monolith Era, if I'm not mistaken. So the first week we did very, very bad. Week after that, we actually did not terrible. And then last week, we became dangerously close to demotion using the Monolith Arrow. Something to note about this is I'm not using a ground army with the Monolith Arrow, which is where I think this army, the Monolith Arrow, is probably going to end up shining a little bit better. And the reason for that is because you can open with your Queen charge. You can get value and pathing from an initial charge. When you recall the Queen, you can then drop the Queen down in behind a ground kill squad such as Super Bowlers or Throwers and share the value from that massive investment into healers in terms of housing with the rest of the housing space that you deploy, right? The healers can start bouncing around, can start getting more value that way. New troop use today. We're not going to be using the Rune Witch. I do not think that it's particularly good. I kind of regret basically rushing to level that over the Angry Spell. But, you know, it'll only be a couple more, like 1.5 weeks until we actually max the Angry Spell at this point. So it's really not a huge deal. Honestly, I'm feeling like the Angry Spell is actually sneakily strong. And I've seen some really fun use cases for the Angry Spell. Notably, Warden charges with fireballs are actually sped up significantly. Whereas sometimes it could take you a full minute to get the Warden into a decent spot to then do the invis and the fireball trick. With the Angry Spell, you can basically force him to target, defenses first, which helps set up the pathing for the fireball, either allowing you to use fewer invises or just sheerly saving like about 20 seconds, which can oftentimes be the difference between, tripling and time failing when you're using like Fireball Rocket Loons, Fireball Super Minions, things like that. So I've seen some really fun use cases where people are putting it onto the Grand Warden with the Raven, because the Raven has a favorite target of storages for 5 times damage. And, when people are talking about there being a glitch, quote unquote, with the Angry Spell affecting pets or certain troops, I don't think it's a glitch. I think it's a coding mistake. And let me explain. When you look at... hold on, where are my pets at? Over here. When you look at this pet, the Raven, he has a favorite target being resource buildings, dealing 5 times damage. Okay, great. We just looked at the Raven. Let's look at this sneaky goblin. You can see that the favorite target is resources with damage times 2. When you think about the way the Angry Spell is interacting with the Raven, the Sneaky Goblin, and also the Super Wall Breaker, which has since been patched, 40 times damage to walls. I believe what is really happening with the Angry Spell is it is changing the troop's favorite target. Okay? If the Raven is still dealing 5 times damage, if the Sneaky Goblin is still dealing double damage, if the Super Wall Breaker was dealing 40 times damage, I believe that it's not that there's some sort of a glitch. I just believe that the game was coded with the Angry Spell, where the Angry Spell changes the favorite target of the troop. So, that's what I think is going on. I really don't like it when people throw around the word glitch, because glitch makes it seem like the game crashes or, you know, something really bad happens. And what's up, Punisher? How's it going, brother? Thank you for being here, by the way. What's up, dude? How are you, man? Glad to have you. So yeah, I really do think the Angry Spell is changing the favorite target. And so for troops that have bonus damage against a favorite target, it's actually making, it's maintaining the bonus damage while changing the favorite target from whatever it is to defenses. That's what the Angry Spell is doing. I think you're right, especially since it affects all three. Maybe if it was just one, could have been a bug, but all three, it's just the target overridden. Yeah, it's I firmly believe, based on the troops that people have been quote-unquote breaking the game with, that it has to do with the fact that Angry Spell is changing the favorite target, but because the troop has bonus damage towards a favorite target, it's still dealing bonus damage. So I honestly kind of hope that things that the troop like the sneaky goblins are not quote unquote fixed. Yes, it would make sense for them to fix this, right? To where the double damage is not happening, but the sneaky goblins can still be invisible and still attack defenses instead. I think that's likely going to happen, but I kind of wish that it wouldn't. I think it's a cool feature so far. I also think that the Raven dealing bonus damage to defenses, I think this is clearly going to get fixed. Because the Raven, when he has the Angry Spell on him, dealing 5 times damage. That's like nearly 800 damage a hit. Like, that's a massive amount of damage when you have the Angry Spell on him and he starts popping off versus a defense. That's actually an insane amount of damage. But yeah, look, he just melts a gold mine, and then even that storage, dude, look how much damage. It's like nearly 800 damage a second. It's crazy to me. So anyways, I think what I'm going to try to do today is to, unfortunately, say goodbye to the Monolith era this week. I haven't been feeling super comfortable about the 3 sets that I've had with the Monolith Arrow. I think I do want to instead go back to the Giant Arrow. And then also I want to get him on the backpack again and try for some backpack tricks. It seems like people these days, given the strength of the Electrofang charge, I think people are really leaning into, they're leaning into trying to screw with Electrofang charge pathing along the outside of the base. So I think a 3-quake combination for Giant Arrow and backpack could be a more simple opener. It would leave me a lot more spells for the back end. And yeah, just kind of end up going this direction with it. Especially since Storage's CC and Town Hall are meant to have a lot more HP. Yeah. True. So anyways, I think the equipment is still the equipment that I actually want. I think the Raven, I do like the Raven on the Duke. Like, generally speaking, I really do like the Raven on the Duke. Why no Magic Mirror does a ton of damage? Because we're getting ready to do a backpack arrow trick. It's more simple, more powerful, but I really hate the fact that one tile can screw up my whole attack. Hey, it's, you know, that's part of the game. It's high skill, high reward maneuver for sure. So the rage is not necessary. The 3 quakes are, I think, probably taking, is it worth it to go double revive on this, or should we be going for like this and this. And of course, we're not running this anymore. So that would allow us to bring in these. We only get 3. I don't like that number. I think 4 would be a better number. How challenging would that be to fit? Is that the number? Yeah. Huh. We could go for a lot of Dragon Riders and a handful of Inferno Dragons, which could work. Fun fact, if you place your queen down when there is 2 minutes or more left, the Monolith Arrow provides more DPS HP even at the lowest tier. I have no idea what you mean by that, Abhishek. I have no clue. I don't know what your rationale is for that. You say, fun fact, if you place your queen down when there's 2 minutes or more left, the Monolith Hair provides more DPS and HP, even at the lowest tier. What do you mean? Like, help me with that statement. I don't know what you're pointing to. Backpack will be banned this weekend for Worlds. It will. Wow, okay. Bro, do you have any decoration provided by Supercell? Do I have any decorations provided by Supercell? I don't know. I mean, technically that one's mine. I was there for that. I was there. You can look that up. 5th anniversary cake. I was on that live stream. That was a lot of fun. No, Elmo Clashes. Sorry, Elmo Clashes says that. But Elmo, what are you saying? Fun fact. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't have to do with the time. It has to do with what's deployed. That's why when you use the Monolith Arrow, you usually want to open the attack with it, right? Because you haven't deployed anything yet. It has nothing to do with the amount of time. It has to do with the amount of troops that you've put onto the field. Magic Mirror provides 2 queens for 30 seconds with about 3k HP each and like 760 DPS. Monolith Arrow, when 250 housing space deployed over 2 minutes, does a lot more. Huh? I think Magic Mirror on Queen is usually good if you're dumping her in behind a kill squad. But if I were to be charging, I would not be taking the Magic Mirror over the action figure. If I was going to take something over the action figure, it would probably be the Frozen Arrow instead of the action figure, but not the Magic Mirror. Because then you get weird stuff happening with your healers. You're a Supercell creator? Yes. I am. I do not have a creator code. I'm not big enough for that. But yeah. All right. Let's see here. All right, so plan usually is throw the Duke down, backpack through the base, Quake, toss the arrow towards the Duke, hit where they bisect, triple Quake to take down structures. Then I want to play my dragons to one side. Ideally, if I can predict which direction the Duke is going to go, I want to send the dragons to hit the other flank. No, I know I wasn't comparing them, just saying that's why it's a fun fact. Over 2 minutes of time, 10% reduction in damage provides more than the 6k you get from the clone queens. Oh, okay, so this is what you're pointing to. Yeah, it just seemed like an incomplete statement earlier. I had no idea what you were trying to communicate. And you must be getting decoration for giveaway. I guess. I don't know. I'd have to look into it. I'm not like super up on every single announcement that is made, every little giveaway that's made. I caught the announcement that if you guys join my community that I just created today, we might be able to get some chests dropped into our chat. But we need some more people to join up, so search my group name. Anybody can join. Come on in. TheyComing space YT/TTV. That is me. That is us. Join up, nerds. I don't see anybody online. Man, it might be tough to get troops, and I don't have like a clan castle cake waiting around for me, do I? Yeah, unfortunately not. Dang it. Might be rough town. Did I get any items from Supercell? Not recently, no. Did you? Oh, speaking of... Okay, hold on a second. We were talking about the other day how in the journey, they didn't give me this hero book. They gave it to me. When I logged in, I want to say it was like 3 days ago, I saw that I had a hero book. So that's how I was able to get my level 110 king. I my level 109 finished. Nice, we got Stefan. Stefan's hanging out. Nice. Okay. All right, let's get into our first attack. We need to rip some of these off while we have someone else online hanging out. Okay. So we want to rip an arrow and a backpack through the base with quakes. We want to send the dragons and the dragon riders. Should I be taking a hound if I'm doing this? Or would like a 5th dragon rider be better? You know, I'm actually going to do that. Another dragon rider and then one more loon, I think is the way. Okay. Send the dragons and the dragon riders. Early warden ability. We have an overgrowth to mitigate, you know, a rage section. We have 2 revives that we can utilize on our Duke. We need to be aware of how we're using actually using our spells. But let's get it. First attack. Backpack is there. Arrows there. Very good. Very good. I haven't tried arrows in a while, so this could go badly, but we'll see. I think the arrow for his clan castle is probably strong. Okay. Hey, I'm down to clown with that. That's for sure. We're going to head right in right here. Let him die. Poison up on top of that nonsense. Totem once there. Okay. Queen's up. She's still doing a job, which is good. We can revive here. I'm gonna do this too. Oh my god, he died too quickly. Okay, let's invis you so you'll go to the scatter, because I feel like that's probably more valuable to get out of the way first. Nice, really good totem too. I think we get this. Okay. Okay, he didn't die yet. We're gonna block. Okay. Hey, this isn't bad. As long as we can keep the minion prince ability to hit the monolith, I think we're golden, right? Do this real quick. Throw that. Send this. 4x. And we got it. Let's go, dude. Nice. Great base to hit that with. Why Ice Golem if Air Army? For the extra freeze. I've been finding that I like an early delivery of an Ice Golem. Like after like the third barrel usually. Because it's like an extra freeze spell. And especially like there where I'm attacking directly into his Town Hall section. If that Ice Golem lands in there, it's going to freeze up all those Infernos. It's going to freeze up the Guardian. There's really good reasons to have it like an Ice Golem. At least one, right? Like, sure, you can play it where you have 3 Infernos, but I like to have an Ice Golem to assist with some, you know, just stopping of damage, slowing stuff up. You can argue, though, if I don't actually manage to air out the clan castle, that the Ice Golem's going to lure some sort of ground targeting troop like defending Ice Golems, but found that I like the Ice Golem for that utility. You got the 2 free chests, by the way. No, I mean I just opened up the community. I mean people need to join in order for me to get to get those chests. I have to have like 10 members. I just opened it like right before the stream. What's up, Happy Clashing? Hi, hello. Do 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 do. All right, we're loaded. Let's get it. Okay. Where's the clan castle? Oh, it's all the way over there. Okay. Do I just get his revenge tower? Is that a good idea here, you think? Try to target down the revenge tower? Yeah, I kind of like that noise, actually. Got it. I'll take it. It's good. All right, we need to totem once here. Try to grab some attention. I'm gonna poison you too. And overgrowth this, I think. And the reason I'm doing that is I want to make sure that we go to this town hall like right away. I can bring you back now, I think. All right, so the ice golems come out, which is gonna stall us a little bit, but we should be okay here. It's going to give us some time to catch up with the rest of our army, which I don't really hate. What is the warden doing? Sir? Okay. I want to throw the orb, obviously, through this compartment down here. I'm going to do this and do that. Okay, not bad, though. I think we're okay still. Okay, this is really not bad at all. I think we're doing fantastic at the moment. Yeah. I'm gonna freeze. And then I'm gonna invis here. Beautiful. Nice. Have a spell swag too. GG. Instantly feeling more consistent. Opening up with 2 triples is a good feeling for sure. Did you see my message about the 2 free chests? Yes, I did. I said, no, I've not received them. You have to get your community up to, like, I think it said 10 people. So that's why I'm waiting for you nerds to join. Like, join the community so we can get that. Show the clan tag for the Town Hall 14. I want to join. It's called Dominan Tour. I'll type it in the chat. Just search it up. And then sometimes the backpack doesn't actually go off, so they banned it for this weekend. It doesn't go off. What? I thought someone said there was some sort of like a graphical error with it. Like there was something going on with either like the game sound or an animation. That's what I thought that's what I thought I'd seen. But okay. Request up. So far opening strong. Opening with 2 triples. Good stuff. And our defense is doing reasonably well too. Got 1 star on the board. That's lovely, actually. What's up, Mots? First part, what is the name of the chat? Mots, I think I invited you, but it's called TheyComing YTTTV. There it is. Join the group. Join the group. I think I invited you though. Hold on. Yeah. I invited you and Michael Myers. Both of your accounts. All right, I'm the only one online. I have to donate to myself. All right, let's go. Next attack. Go for the clan castle? Trying to find the best. Think like that. I think. Okay. I didn't hit it. We'll take that, I guess. Daddy Duke is doing good things for me, though. Keep doing good things, Daddy Duke. I'm going to totem him just so I can kill his long shot, because that's usually a W. And he kills one of the Infernos. Not bad. Okay. So then I think what we do here is drop a baby dragon over... Nope. I think I just go in here. Totem. The Warden died already? That's unfortunate, man. I'm gonna do this. All right, you're gonna go now for the Town Hall. It's kind of an ugly situation. I don't think we triple. Okay. We're gonna wait. Because we need to be able to make use of the invis. Okay. He went for that first. That's not what I needed to happen. Yeah, and we die. Crap. Kind of knew that was going to happen at that point. This was kind of weird, right? Like, I thought, I thought we wouldn't struggle so hard over the rage section, but Warden also got killed really quick by the headhunters, which kind of surprised me there. I guess it's because we were fighting his heroes that the dragons were too busy plugging away at the defending heroes that when the headhunters came through, they'd already picked a target. I think that's what happened there. I'm still the only one online. RIP. All right, let's keep going, though. All right. Also, I didn't find an arrow. The arrow just didn't get me anything, which is a problem. You know, I think we go for 2 of the Inferno Towers and a Spitter there. I think, and we get a Sweeper, which is amazing. Okay. Great. Home now. Okay, where's the Duke? He's over there. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna totem. It's time to wake the Duke up. Go, Dookie Duke. I think we're okay. It's gonna get thin, but I think we're all right. Okay, let's go like this. We still have another revive. Do that. Do this. Can always bring back the Prince as well. Do the baby dragon. Didn't tank? Bro, you gotta be kidding. Okay. Well, we still have... Let's put the wizard there. We have time. Okay, I just don't know how to play these archers. Okay. Nice, we got that out. Okay. We can bring this back. And then we'll freeze here. In just a moment. And it's GG. Nice. Cool. I think it's glitched out on my Michael account, but I'm in there with my main at least. It's glitched? Oh, okay. Joining the community, Bean. Why the most Town Hall 18 players choose multi-inferno over single ones? Well, because like multis under influence of rage towers, like you see how people stack a bunch of the multis together and there's a rage tower there. They deal so much damage because they hit everything. Like singles take a minute to heat up and all you have to do is drop a totem and it resets the beam and then everything gets up on top of it and eliminates it before you lose one thing. Whereas like if you get more than one Inferno Tower that's roasting things all at once, with the Rage Tower, it can really, it's a lot more effective. And just, especially at the top end of the game. I think at the lower Town Halls, playing with single Infernos, if you build the base properly, single Infernos can really wreck people. But at least at the top end, it feels like multis are just safer for the defender, usually. You play multi or single on TH16? I can't offer like a definitive answer for that, man. Single takes too long to actually do damage, can be reset too easily. Yeah, that's exactly what I was kind of saying. There's no town hall where single is better than multi. I mean, I think some of the lower town halls, when people don't have any concept of how to attack yet, people will just do dumb things around single target Infernos. Like walk a queen down a wall and not have a wall breaker and just lose the queen after she takes 2 buildings. I see it happen all the time in our middle town hall wars. Not only our opponents, but sometimes our guys do it. And all I'm thinking to myself is, guys, you have to spot a single and you have to say, queen cannot go past that unless I have A, a wall breaker, or B, supporting spell so that she can kill it. Still the only one online. We'll wait a few moments though. My 16, I have both 2 singles have worked good for me up until I got to Dragon 29. Yeah, it's just like Rage Towers on top of multi-target Infernos are going to help you deal with the spam armies a lot better than single target Infernos will. Like they guarantee a lot more damage onto many more targets. Send request, can you review it? Dude, I'm doing a stream right now. I'll have to check it at the end of the stream. I'm doing my Town Hall 18 gig right now. All right. I'm going to fill and we're going to go. All right, we've hit this space before and completely messed up. I want to say, though, this is really good for the Arrow jetpack. I just have to identify what the middle point of the base actually is. I think it's right there. Clan Castle's gone. Queen's gonna die. He's gonna die on top of the Duke, which is okay, I think. Okay, and then we just got the other Rage Tower to pop too, so we can go in just a moment here. And I think we go in like this. Yeah, we're not looking bad. We have our Prince ability ready in just a moment here. Nice. Prince. Beautiful, bro. Now go for the Town Hall. Yeah, boy. We're going to freeze now. Nice. Invis, let the Prince do stuff. GG. Nice. Nice. Easy backpack combo for that base. Easy backpack combo for that base. Really, really good. Little spell swaggage always makes me happy. Always makes my short a little damp. Let's do that. And again, no one's online, so I will be filling my own CC. Let's do it again. This is more complicated. Sure, we can get his lava launcher. We can get his clan castle. But we haven't done like a ton for pathing at that point, which worries me. It didn't take. I'm so salty. Now we awkwardly, because we didn't actually get all 3 Quakes down, I'm not sure why it's not letting me triple tap. Certainly would seem to be a skill issue on my part. Or at least the Town Hall's dealt with. Okay. Will she take the furnace, or is she going to be a dummy? I'd like her to take the furnace if possible. Hit the furnace. Okay, she doesn't. I'm going to do that and drive everything to the right. Revive Duke. Do this here. Nice. We did get the Revenge Tower down. I'm throwing this now because that Rage Tower went off. Just sucks that now we're surrounded. And we're eventually going to have to fight that Rage Tower again. Oh, Warden took another shot. Don't kill my Warden, please. It's getting a little awkward with this corner here. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to triple this. Opener did not get his clan castle, and that really stymied some of the value that we could have got. He got targeted? I was trying to ride the available tanking. Give me a break, dude. We're serious. That is so bad. Like, actually so bad. I thought we were in a better spot there, like, to go ahead and drop that. Well, those archers aren't going to do anything. Doesn't matter. Are you maxed out? My heroes are. Base is... I'm working on supercharges. I'm also working on, like, the traps. I have some traps that I still have to do. I have to do big bombs, spring traps, and little bombs. But yeah, I'm very close to maxed out. And by very close, I mean like when it comes down to getting every single supercharge done, plus the remaining traps that I have, it's probably going to take me like 3 months or so to actually finish every little bitty little thing. But like defensively, I'm very, very strong for sure. Why not put the apprentice to work? What are you talking about? Oh, well, it's available now. I think I had him on my king for a little while. Put him on the giant bomb. Cool. That's not a ranked hit. Sure. Okay. Next attack. One of the rage compartments, I think, is what I really want. Probably the one with the Gigabomb in it is better value to try to eliminate. Okay, we got most of that compartment, but not all of it. I think it's, we want to do this. Tome now. Ah, we lost one of the Dragon Riders. I didn't want to lose that Dragon Rider. That one Dragon Rider taking that is actually amazing, by the way. We're going to get ready to overgrowth for this rage section here. And it's now. Did we get this guy yet or what? Okay. You're awake. Your totem here. I'm going to poison that. I don't want to freeze this because I want to have the freeze to deal with. Well, that's not where I wanted to end there. Air defense. We have a totem, we have a freeze. Okay. I'm going to get ready to totem for this in just a moment here. Or freeze it. Because I want him to attack the Revenge Tower and not see the butterfly here. The butterfly being the king, right? Like if I put the totem down, the king actually would have targeted the totem, and that would have pulled the Duke off of the Revenge Tower. I guess if I really wanted to be wild, I could have totemed away from the Revenge Tower, like far enough to where he wouldn't actually see the king. But I also don't want to jinx the AI there. Town Hall 18 looks very intimidating as returning Town Hall 14. Flowpie, what I will say confidently is when I was Town Hall 15 and Town Hall 16 came out, Town Hall 16 did not seem very different from Town Hall 15. When I was at Town Hall 16 and Town Hall 17 came out, Town Hall 17, again, did not seem very different. When Town Hall 18 came out, however, the game definitely felt very different. I think the difficulty level for Town Hall 18 is a lot higher than Town Hall 17 was, or Town Hall 16 was on release. Guardians are brutal. Revenge Towers are brutal. Every defense is multi-targeting, it seems. Think about it. Ricochet cannons, Super Wizard Towers, Multi-Archer Towers, Inferno Towers, Spitters, Scatter Shots. Everything hits all targets at once. So when the bases defend that way, it's like, okay, so we spam, or what do we do, right? It's... What's up, Jonas? What's up, bro? Remember me? Yeah, bro. What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. Let's keep it moving, though. Anybody online? Nope. Okay, I will be filling my CC. Get into the next hit. Looking pretty decent so far. Base decently protects from backpack combos here. I think maybe going for something like that right there is probably a good idea. Flying him away. Okay, we'll go like this. Nice. The king is beating down the queen. Love that. Love those vibes. I'm going in like this because I see the queen approaching that section. And I want to utilize the available tanking that I possibly can. Revive you now. Nice. So our Ice Golem came out. I'm going to let those dragons in the core die. And then we're going to play for the back end here. I'm going to throw this now. Do this. Because we're going to path over a Giga Bomb in just a moment. I'm just waiting to see when and where I can play this totem. I think we're going to get ready to freeze. Freeze. Oh, God. Now we're really screwed. That was a mistake, was it not? Overgrowthing that? Are we okay, though? We have a totem, we have an invis. Ah, we're gonna die anyway. Dang it. Was it terrible? No. Do we get 1 more %? We do. Should I have held the overgrowth and done it over the Revenge Tower and just attacked that section? The attacks do seem more fun at Tunnel 18. They're a lot more difficult. Forgot Teslas, but they're traps anyways. I would honestly, I think Teslas are definitely a defense. They're a structure that has HP and damage. You can't walk up and attack a trap. Only single targeting defense are 5 builder huts, 2 archer towers, 4 air defenses, 4 expos, and a monolith. Doesn't count because the speed at which he takes the target down and changes it, it basically splashes. Yeah. But monolith by itself is extremely powerful. So if you do have, you know, a thin kill squad that's kind of dying out, if the push isn't advancing, right, the monolith gets more and more value. Trying to decide where's the arrow. Hit the Revenge Tower, maybe? Okay. The witch has to come back into the poison, but she doesn't die. She barely got out of the poison there. That sucks. And poison tower now. I'm going to totem once here. I'm going to wake him up now. I hate how the second I wake the Duke up, the monolith just happens to come for my Duke. Like, I really don't want to have to instantly totem the Duke the second he gets revived. That tends to be the thing. I'm going to get this stuff here to make this a little bit easier for me around the corner. We're going to hit a Giga Bomb. We know that. But it should mean we survive it, and we can get a better orb off when we round the corner, I think. A couple of those could be helpful. I'm throwing the orb now. We're going to get ready with this in just a moment here. I think we're good to go. Okay. Yeah, this is looking strong. We have plenty. In fact, we can even revive her. Okay. Good stuff. Nice. GG. Got it done. Yeah, I can see that they're a lot more difficult. That's the fun part. Like at Town Hall 14, you can pretty much just Super Yeti Blimp and spam dragons to get 3 stars. Yeah, exactly, Flopie. Like, it's not that lower town halls aren't fun, and it's not that you can't do other stuff. It's just that the lower town halls, they're nowhere near as punishing as like Town Hall 18. A Town Hall 18 is so punishing, like it's ridiculous. And then of course, like if you're used to playing on the modifiers and you play on easy mode, even easy mode doesn't necessarily feel that bad. But like the second you get into modifier leagues like Legend League, and the game now is tuned like this. Defenses deal 15% more damage. Defending heroes' damage and health are increased by 15%. Defending guardians' damage and health are increased by 10%. Your attacking heroes' damage and health are decreased by 10%. That's just Legend 2. This is the Legend 1 modifier. Those percentages are 20% across the board. So it's they ratchet up the difficulty because they know that the game on normal mode is designed for the casual, right? They need to make the game more difficult for people that want to compete. So they put it at the top of ranked play. And or esport, which is an even more brutal modifier. You say, check out esports. Yeah, that's probably a good thing to see. Esport. So defenses deal 25% more damage. Defending heroes' damage and health are increased by 25%. And then the rest, those two numbers, 2020, are the same as Legend 1. But then your common equipment level is reduced by 3, and your epic equipment level is reduced by 6. So they're really trying to nerf the attacker and buff the defender for esport. Like, the game feels extremely different when you put esports on. Like, if you're going to charge somebody, it is hard. It's hard. And the monolith arrow charges that I've seen in esports so far, they usually don't go very far. Like, the queen will get in there and take like 4 or 5 buildings, and then she gets picked up. It's like usually a very brief funnel. Because if she pushes in too far, and then she's got the lava launcher firing like meteors at her from long range, and then she's got the long shot hitting her at the same time, and then a scatter shot hits her. Those three things together, I think, kill the queen. Like, it happens like that. Legend 1 is brutal for me now. Average for me now is 4 3 stars a day only. Man, Legend 1, it's going to be interesting when I actually promote. When I eventually promote, right? Because I'm not taking the game like unbelievably seriously right now, to the point where like I just have to be in Legend 1. I do want to enjoy the game and try new things along the way. If I find something that's like really strong that I'm enjoying, I'm going to play it for a little while and see how strong it really is. And that's exactly what I did with the Monolith Arrow. Like, I loved queen charging. Back in my day, I used to queen charge everything. So like, queen charging, you know, when they told me, oh, this Monolith Arrow, I was like, I gotta try it. I gotta level it up. Sure did. What I can say is, in a war attack, it can be a fantastic, fantastic tool. For Legend League, where the bases, you know, are going to be different attack to attack. They're going to be shaped differently. They're going to be trying to stop different things. The design of the base can vary so dramatically. This is not as flexible of a piece of equipment as other equipment. The arrow, ultimately flexible. The action figure, ultimately flexible. I'd even argue Magic Mirror is pretty flexible. But usually you want to run Magic Mirror on Queen when she has a kill squad in front of her. So if you don't have a ground army and you have an air army, it's less flexible than like the action figure is, which pretty much any attack you run with a queen, the action figure is like, you should be playing the action figure. Like, if you haven't seen the stats for the action figure, it has 18,500 hit points at max rank. That is, he has more HP than your king does. And he has comparable DPS. And when he gets raged up, he definitely has more DPS than your king does. Yeah, I want to get the action figure, but getting epic equipment is tough. Yeah, I mean, if you don't play the game when something releases, like, you either have to wait for an equipment event and see what pieces of equipment are offered as part of the event, or you have to save up. You have to do 1,500 gems for it. Like, save your gems. Elmo says, plus he does extra damage to walls and only targets defenses. Yeah, exactly, Elmo. Like, the action figure, there's so much built-in utility for what the action figure does for the queen. It's an enormous tank. It has amazing damage, deals extra damage to walls, and will go for defenses. The other thing is if there's a defending ground hero that targets her or him, the giant will turn around and beat the guy down. So he's like the fifth hero. Like, honestly, like, action figure is basically the fifth hero. So much value. I returned to the game last month, so I almost have no equipment. Yeah, Flopie, if you've been away for a while, I'll give you a couple tips. If you've been away for a while, you want to make sure that anytime there is an event that's over here that has equipment featured, equipment and ore, you want to purchase that event ticket. 100% purchase the event ticket. It's like usually $4 or $5 depending on where you depending on your region. But buy that event ticket. Or and piece of equipment as part of those events are just like invaluable from a progression standpoint. The ore economy has been improved a little bit over time. It's not terrible, but it's definitely the part of the game that you have to really play the game. You have to continue to play the game in order to level your equipment. There's only so much ore that you can get in one day. There's only so much you can get only so much ore that you can get within a week. Warring is essential for that. Like, you want to war all the time. You want to do your daily bonus every single day, play the equipment events, and if say like a new piece of equipment comes out as part of the event, you need to look at that and be like, okay, what are the other things that they're offering in the event shop for this? Sometimes it'll be an older piece of equipment that you don't have that you're like, I've been waiting to get that. You're probably well served to go ahead and pick that thing up. But wait the week, wait for most of the event to see what the YouTubers, content creators, etc. put on their channels about how the brand new piece of equipment performs, and then you can make your decision towards the end of the event. I think that's always a good call. Don't immediately pick something up unless you're like a max player like me, that at this point I'm missing the heroic torch. I have everything else. I mean, most of my equipment's maxed out, but there's definitely things that I haven't even touched. But each hero, I have multiple options that are at max rank at this point. Flip High says, yeah, I got the Rock Spear from there. Excellent pickup. Rocket Spear, S tier piece of equipment. S tier. Elmo says, now you get 2 catch-up pieces every hero, and he gives the queen all sorts of buffs also. Oh, you're just talking about the action figure passives? Yeah, I mean, these are just excellent stats across the board, right? Like, just like the base hero boosts of 40 healing per second, that's incredible, right? If the queen doesn't have a healer on her, but has tanking in front and she's pushing and she's not constantly getting slapped around, she does recover a little bit. She's not going to auto die to something. DPS increase, that's a solid amount of DPS. It's not the most, but it's definitely like a moderate good amount of DPS for sure. These are just, I would say these are good stats right here. These are good. This right here, the other thing about the magic mirror that I've noticed that I'm not super crazy about is the fact that there's no DPS increase, base DPS increase for the queen. Yes, she does get a nice chunk of extra health, and she has a great extra bit of health recovery when you pop the ability. But before you pop that ability, the only thing that this piece of equipment does for the queen is give her more HP, a higher base HP. And then when you do pop it, you get 30 seconds where you have 2 of these clones that come out that deal that much damage. You get 2 epics per hero in Hero Journey as a new player. Yeah. I was so excited for the hero update, but unfortunately I did not receive epic equipment I was planning to use. What epics did you actually get though? Instead of monolith arrow, I went for ores. I picked up honestly, I saw the monolith arrow being like this thing that either they're going to release and it's going to be great, or they're going to release it and it's going to be slightly underwhelming and they're eventually going to buff it. I honestly think that the monolith arrow could stand to be buffed slightly. I don't think enough people are going to be using it, and particularly when you think about modifiers, I don't think the monolith arrow really makes the queen that much more dangerous or safer as a individual pusher. I got the Giant Gauntlet, Frozen Arrow, Dark Crown, and Lava Loon Puppet. I think the Giant Gauntlet on the King is great. I think that the Frozen Arrow and the Dark Crown and the Lava Loon Puppet, I think, is objectively a pretty bad piece of equipment. I would not put points into that. I think the Dark Crown, it kind of depends. if you're trying to get other things, like making sure you get like the e-boots for the Royal Champion, I would spend points on e-boots first. You don't necessarily need to max the e-boots out right away. E-boots perform really well, you know, at like level 12 or something. Like the base stats of the e-boost, it's like 80% of its power. You don't really have to level it to get, you know, solid effect. I think one reason why e-boots are S tier is because ground skellies can completely stymie an RC. E-boots just one-shot the skeletons. E-boots means that RC does not care about ground skeletons. Does not care about small troop CCs. Does not care about witches. You basically just melt everything that encounter, like little defensive traps like that, small defending CC troops. And then also when you start invising her, she's like passively melting everything that's around her target, which is pretty amazing. So like I haven't played Dark Crown on any of my accounts yet, primarily because I've found, like, particularly with the Minion Prince, this piece of equipment is just consistently great. Meteor Staff, passive damage per second that lands every, well, it max rank, it's 5 seconds. So like as you level it, the cooldown time drops. So I think it starts at like 8 or 9 seconds and it goes down all the way to 5 seconds when you finally max it out. And it's 850 damage every time one of those meteors lands. That's incredible. Your prince can be on the opposite side of the base. And if there's a defense over at 3 o'clock, but you're over at 9 o'clock, the meteor staff will keep pounding the defense. It's actually, it comes in clutch so often. Dark Crown can also be very good, but you have to consider something as well, is that the Dark Crown gets more and more value based on how much stuff has died. And yes, there are tricks where you can put a totem down, like deploy like a couple totems, and the Dark Crown will charge up. But like, I feel like the Meteor Staff, the damage is more consistent. Dark Crown is a little bit more, it takes a minute for you to start benefiting. Skywagon and Totem carry Dark Crown. Ah, good point. Skywagon is now in the fold. I hadn't thought about that yet. It's been a while since I've even thought about using Dark Crown, because it took me so long to actually level the Meteor Staff, and once I got it, I was like, Dark Crown? I was like, another piece of epic equipment that's going to cost me 56,000 shiny and however many 100 starry that I don't have. But yeah, honestly, I'm kind of interested in getting the Stick Horse up on this account next. I've been really enjoying Stick Horse on my minis. Stick Horse and Giant Gauntlet has quickly become my favorite BK combination at Town Hall 13 and 14. You just turn him into his own his own one-man wrecking ball, and you could even I've even started toying with the concept of when I put the king down and having dropped a couple babies to make sure he hops a wall and goes into a compartment, sending the RC behind the king when he has the Giant Gauntlet active. The king can't die and he tanks everything, and the RC just murders. Like the king and RC together with that Stick Horse, Giant Gauntlet, RC with E-Boots and Rocket Spear, send him in, pop the king, get the RC in. They go fast. They go so fast. If you plan on being in Legends 1, don't bother with Stick Horse. He will not live that long. Oh, wow. So, because, the Stick Horse... Okay, because he has less HP, has 20% less HP overall. But I mean, Giant Gauntlet, does the Giant Gauntlet not mitigate some of that madness? I'd have to see the math on it, but I'd be interested. All right, guys, give me just a minute. We're gonna complete another 7 attacks, I think, and then and call it a day. But I need to use the bathroom. And we'll get back and we'll continue the set. We have gone on a little bit of an equipment rant, but for good reason. I think it's fun to talk about this stuff. So pros never use stick horse. He will die even with the gauntlet. Gauntlet helps, but the damage is insane. Yeah. Oh man. Maybe I'll have to reconsider that. Basically, what I've been doing now, right before I lose my train of thought, what I've been doing is letting my shiny max and then putting another level on my stick horse, and then maxing out or almost maxing out the shiny and putting a level on my stick horse. And I'm doing that because I'm anticipating the next piece of epic equipment that is going to come out within, I would assume, the next 2 months. And whatever that ends up being, I'd like to be loaded, have the Starry on hand, have the Glowy on hand, to where I can max whatever that is out instantly. And if it comes out and it just looks totally lame or like a massive wet blanket, then I'll dump points on something like the Dark Crown, or decide to do the final level for my e-boots or something. But I'm not rushing to just dump my ore on things. I'm intentionally trying to stack up particularly the Starry and the Glowy ore, so that on the next release I can be as close to completely maxing my that new piece of equipment as possible. I want to say when Monolith Arrow came out, it took me like 2 or 3 more days after the Monolith Arrow release for me to get the last couple levels, which ended up being pretty amazing. But anyways, guys, give me just a minute. I'm going to put up a 2-minute timer on your screen. And when it counts to 0, I will resume. I do encourage you to take a lap around your house, get something to eat or drink, or use the bathroom like I'm about to do. But don't go anywhere. We will be right back, and we'll finish the rest of this half of our set. See you in a sec. All right, guys, we're back. We're back. Before you ask, yes, I washed my hands. We're ready to go. Drying off these hands on the t-shirt here. We're going to get after it. All right, so we got, I think I said we'd do 7 more. So it'll leave us a little bit less than half the set to do on Sunday, which is a nice, good stopping point, I think, for the day. And again, the army that we're taking is a Queen Arrow Rocket Backpack combination with 3 Quakes. We've had pretty good success so far with this set. We failed a couple times, I think, but we have definitely had more consistent triples than with the Monolith Arrow, which is amazing. And yeah, just enjoying this. We need to be careful with how we use our overgrowth, because I don't think I've been doing that particularly well. So far, the attacks that we failed, I think I maybe overgrowthed when a section that I shouldn't have, and then when the overgrowth expired, there's some weird pathing. I ended up being caught between a rock and a hard place. So I got to watch out how I choose to place the overgrowth, how I think a little bit more critically about how to use that. But here we go. All right. We hit this base earlier. I think we went for his CC last time we did this. Okay. I don't think we got the CC though. So maybe. Yeah, we missed it again. I'm going to go ahead and send now. Tell him now. Okay. Totem here. I think this is going better than it did last time. I'm going to throw this now and wake him up. So Prince will go down here. I'm going to put this over here too. And I'm going to do this now. I think we found the crack, guys. We still have another revive. We have a totem and we have a freeze. Which feels excellent, if I'm being real. Okay. You have the totem for the air defense and the freeze for the monolith. Okay. I think that places us in a perfect position to close here, which it does. Yeah, GG. Okay. So last time we failed to triple this, but we found the crack. Even though our arrow backpack didn't get tremendous value, I think the other thing that we did is we went ahead and sent while the giant was still doing a little bit of tanking. And we got a tighter cluster of our dragons onto this, like, the left corner of this strip compartment here that sent everything more directly into the rage section. Nice early warden ability. And then throwing the orb where we did with our prince, I think also paid off tremendously, because it aided our Duke to sort of finish off the Inferno Tower compartment in the bottom, which was really, really good. It felt really, really nice. And waiting to revive until we'd already thrown that orb, I think also allowed the Duke to survive. Last time we revived the Duke twice and still failed the raid. That feels pretty good. All right. Again, I'm the only person online, and we will fill our own CC. Let's do it. By the way, is there always an event with new epic equipment drops? Yes. There's always some sort of an equipment event. You wash your hands with soap, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah, so yeah, whenever a new piece of epic equipment comes out, there's always some sort of release event where ore is included, and I think all players should. That is the one pass in the game, other than like the monthly gold pass, which I think is fantastic. Those event passes, I think, are what people should spend their money on. Anything related to ore and equipment. Okay, where's the arrow? Like CC and Rage, maybe? How hard is that to hit? That's not what I thought was going to happen there. I thought I was putting the Duke down, and then that delayed my situation. Now, good news is this. He's going to die up here on this scatter. Tome now. It's overgrowth like this. Might seem a little goofy. Trust the process. Put him there. Okay. Giga Bomb goes off. I think we're okay. We're fighting sweepers, which always feels a little bit awkward. For this. So he dies right there. Do that. Do this and this. Get the revenge, please. We do. I think we're okay. I hope we're okay. I want to make sure we get this town hall, but we're just kind of like... This is so awkward. We have one invis. And we have to use it to get that town hall down. Can we get it done? Nah, we're gonna lose. Man, that's so close, though. It's so close. It's a 99, isn't it? Oh, my God. No way, dude. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Crazy how accurate it needs to be to get CC in time. Yeah, the battle builders kind of ruined my day there. I also, to be fair, I also thought that I'd thrown the Duke, and then because I delayed, because I was like, oh my God, did I just miss? And then when I finally swapped over to the Duke to throw the Duke, it was just not a good situation. So we 99 on that. That's rough. That's really rough. Next up. Now this is deceptively hard to use this combination on. If I had the flame blower going, I think I'd be in a better spot. I missed everything, I think. Oh, God. Oh, no. All right, well, at least Duke goes to the left with the queen. They should be able to get good value despite that getting kind of awkward. Okay. Queen's doing good stuff up there, by the way. Oh, I didn't mean to press that. Ooh. Tome now, I guess. Wake up the Duke. Wake everything right there. This is so dangerous. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, we're in trouble. I'm pretty sure we're in serious trouble. I went all the way around all that mess. He gets pushed again, bro. Oh, we're so screwed. Like, we're actually so screwed. This is a 1-star. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing I can do at this point. They went all the way around creation. Man, that sucks. I'm so sad about that. That's crazy. That's actually targetable. Oh my god, that sucks. That really sucks. Not getting the arrow. I told you it was deceptively hard to hit that. All right, next. CC lava launcher. Or is the Revenge Tower more valuable here? I don't know. Or do we go like this? Try to get his monolith. Monolith CC long range. Is that better? It's going to be harder to hit, but let's see if we can do it. All right, the placement of the Quake for the long range tower wasn't on point. Okay. He's doing good stuff there. He's going to die in a good spot over the air defense. I like those vibes. Be cool to head towards that Revenge Tower, wouldn't it? Sure. Nice, we got the NATO out too. That's good. We're gonna totem now. I'm gonna also overgrowth the town hall section. Like this. So hopefully we get some stuff that breaks for the long shot here. And they do. We're gonna totem that back. I think we're good to go here. We're roasting his log, his thrower, that is. His thrower. His logger. Cool. Where's good ability? 3's here. And it's ripped. Very good. GG. GG. So the Quakes, I think it's possible for me to have Quaked to hit his long range tower, like his long range multi-gear tower. This guy. But I was more concerned about getting the monolith and the clan castle with that, which we did get, which is nice because then you can pivot to using your poison on the guardian, which is extremely helpful. You can slow that guardian down, totem him away from your stuff so not everything gets splashed into oblivion. Let's go. Clan Castle's by the town hall. I see the center point. Cool. I'll take that, and actually, I'm gonna go up on this side like this. Poison him. Great to totem him as well. Now, he turns around. Good. I'm going to orb too, just because I'm not liking the way that looks. And then go here with the Duke. Queen is still alive, by the way. That's very helpful. Nice. Hey, we're not looking bad. We have this overgrowth ready for this rage section. Come on, get it. It goes off. We hit it. Gorgeous. Let's go. Hey. We like those vibes. All right, we have a totem, a revive, 2 totems, a freeze, and a revive. Getting ready for this thing to come back alive in just a second. Do this. Freeze. Get back up. Totem you. I don't like that monolith always seems to get a shot. He always seems to get a shot, like, when I don't want him to get a shot. Dang it, man. Really? Oh, that's so ugly. Oh, of course, the one ice golem that I took didn't actually get through the wall and do things for me. That sucks. Yeah, bro, I'm from Indonesia. What's up, MLB Collections? Welcome to the stream, my guy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I thought once we hit that overgrowth at the very end, we were looking a lot hotter than we actually were, which is unfortunate. Unfortunate. All right, we get 2 more today. Okay, so what do we do? Okay, the core value for the backpack is a lot more clear-cut than it has been for most of today. I mean, we just quaked the core, cross our fingers on a scatter shot, his lava launcher CC. And I think I'm going to fly the Duke away from the Queen this time. Okay. If I fly the Duke at the Queen right there, he comes in and he lands right where that monolith is. And we know what that... We know how those situations usually play out. We don't like them. Okay, he goes for the Revenge Tower. Let him get the Revenge Tower for Daddy. Okay, cool. Poison you. Okay. Orb now. Baby dragon here. We're hitting all the splash at once, by the way. I'm going to do this. Because I think that, like, when you see all that splash, we're able to tank the splash. And then at the end, it's all single target damage. And as long as we have enough, as long as we have numbers, right? We got numbers on the field. This is clean. We still have another revive. We can actually bring the queen back here. Yeah. Good. That's GG. Nice. Let's go. Good stuff. That base was really begging for the backpack combination. When you give a when bases are designed like this, where their core has all this stuff that, and you give them this neat little, just this neat little corner building. Like backpack arrow players kill to see this sort of a corner, right? Like you give all this value away right in the center of your base. Also, flying the Duke away from the queen right there was 100% the call. Again, because if Duke flies towards the queen, Duke is probably going down here and getting auto-gibbed by this thing. Because I went queen here, Duke across, you saw what the Duke was able to do. Actually clear another air defense, make sure that went down, get another expo, clear this whole compartment, and he actually got the Revenge Tower. If I did it the other direction, if I'd flown the Duke to the queen there, it would not have worked. It would have failed to complete that goal, right? And I think the overgrowth we did was 100% the play, right? Like we mitigate that thing, revive the Duke right on top of all the splash, so that what was remaining of our kill squad, which was still doing, pretty healthy. I mean, not it was. I think it was about half the size at that point, but we just fought every bit of splash damage that you could ask for in the base. Being able to tank the remaining splash damage, I think, just sealed it right there. But we couldn't have done that if the monolith had been up. There's nothing that we could have done to stop the mono. All right. How many attacks are we at? Okay, so we're up to 15. We get one more today. One more today. See if someone's online. Nice. Gavin's got one for me. Good stuff. All right. Let's see if we can close it with one more triple. Overall, this has felt a lot more comfortable than the Monolith era set. So let's see if we can close with one more. Again, we don't want to fly our Duke into a Monolith. I think a clear arrow would be to go for his clan castle here. So fly the Duke north to south. Arrow from south to north. Then his sweepers are all in the center. Okay, I see it. I missed significantly. So we'll take whatever the game wants to give us. Get a baby dragon over here first. Go in like this, this. I'm going to totem once there. Tome now. Oh, that's triple furnace? I'm also going to overgrowth now. Push everything to the core side. I just hope we actually go there. It'd be really nice to go there. Duke can actually come back as well. All right, so the triple furnace was kind of toxic. Totem U. We still have another revive. I think that's a good orb. Okay, that totem, just to make sure that we got the monolith down, 100% needed that. This is looking good. Okay, I'm going to let that go and then revive. And I think we're coasting. 100% coasting. Uh-oh. Nice. We got the air defense. That should mean that we've sealed it. Yeah. GG! And we end the first half of our set with a very convincing triple. Even after really missing a pretty significant amount of value from the arrow backpack. You know, it makes me... Okay, so the one thing that I'm always curious of is when I miss the combination, but then I still I go ahead and I drop the Quakes in the general neighborhood, like trying to get at least something from that core. It always makes me wonder, like, by the time my kill squad arrives at that point, like halfway through the attack, how much has the base actually been able to repair, right? Because 3 Quakes on that many buildings... That's a lot of hit points, and the builders all have to get to work quickly. So it makes me wonder, like, if we fast forward this, so we can see what we actually get with the Quakes. We miss the combo, right? Like the Queen Arrow goes wide to the right, but then we go for this. We hit all this. Okay. Pause. That's how much damage we actually dealt. Mostly Quakes and backpack only, right? We did manage to get one structure out because the arrow does connect there. But by the time our troops make it there, by the time the kill squad makes it, this base has not really recovered. This stuff has not recovered. So, okay. I think this is a really good observation to make about this situation. The reason why my hit rates with this attack are still better than using the monolith arrow, despite not actually eliminating but 1 or 2 structures with backpack, arrow, and Quakes, right? If I'd hit the combo like on the nose, it would have killed at least 3 more buildings. Like 3 buildings got back to 50%, but that's about it. We still dealt a ton of damage with those Quakes. Because you can see, as we're stepping up, they're only taking like 2 or 3 shots apiece and then moving on. So what that tells me is that, simply put, just getting the damage off, even if it doesn't eliminate the targets, at least in Legend 2, you can still win the raid. Like, it's still good damage. And we still swagged, what, like 4 spell space? A freeze and invis and 1 more revive? We're just sitting on it like, okay, do we need it? Nope. That's perfectly fine. So yeah, okay, so let's actually check out what the hit rate has been like today. It's been okay. We had the 99 time fail, which really... No, it wasn't a time fail. It actually would have been a fail. I think we were down to just the Sneezy, and the Booger came out and could not finish the last Super Wizard Tower. But we did get the Town Hall. We had a 1-star in our set. But so far, I do believe it looks like we were tripling more than we're not, which is a good sign. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 out of how many hits? 10 out of 16 hits. We're triples. 6 out of 16 were 5 out of 16 were 2 stars. 1 out of 16 was a 1 star. So that 1 stars hurt. 1 stars definitely suck. And when I look at this here, it looks like on defense we are doing better on defense. So our offense is so far better than what people are hitting with us on defense. So that's also nice and reassuring. We'll have to see how the season plays out over the next 2 days, or this ranked week plays out. It'll be interesting. But yeah, so yeah, back on the backpack arrow combination. For wars though, you can bet I'm probably going to still be running the monolith arrow. I'm really liking. You're saying your request in Dominantor. All right, brother. You always keep asking me to look at stuff. Town Hall 6, you're at Town Hall 14. Your king is not even Town Hall 12. Your warden 51. Okay. I'm guessing you don't like to use your king very much. See your base. Yeah, okay, sure. Catch your king up for us, though. All right, welcome in. Our clan mate up there. All right, and yeah, this is a good time to remind you guys, don't forget, we have a new community on Global Chat. Or is it global? Is that what you call this now? I started this community today right before the stream. Thought it was a good time to do it. Supercell announced that if you had like at least 10 members in the group by a certain time, that they were going to be dropping chests, which is cool. We'll have to see if they end up dropping us some chests here. I think that'd be awesome. But yeah, if you want to connect, you want to stay connected. If you're, if you've already got a clan that you're happy in, but you still want to hang out, then yeah, this is where you can get at me. Don't forget, I also have a Discord server. And if anyone is ever interested in joining that Discord server, all you got to do is tell me. I'm happy to provide you with a link to that Discord. Discord is not ridiculously active right now, but we've had to pivot the community that I built up last year from a Squad Busters community, slowly pivoting that towards Clash of Clans, and it's definitely been a bit of a process, but we're still doing it. You say, can you get a link to this server? Let me see if Discord. Did it pop up? Make sure that's still valuable. Yep, there you go. Yeah, there it is. Join our Discord server. And over there, you can share links to YouTube content, strategies, share screenshots of armies, all that sort of stuff. But it's been a little bit of a quiet process getting my Discord server going again, at least for Clash as opposed to Squad. Squad, it was like there's chatter there constantly, but this the Clash of Clans scene in general is just a lot more saturated with so many great creators, so many people that are like highly competitive and like really knowledgeable. It's super fun though. Anyways, that's going to do it for our stream today, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I do not plan to be live tomorrow. What is going on tomorrow? I plan to go to the river tomorrow with friends, and then we're going to see the Jackass movie after. There's a new Jackass movie, if you didn't know. But yeah, we're going to be seeing that. You have to remember, or you may not know, but like the first Jackass movie came out when I was a teenager, and or did it? Hold on, Jackass. 2002. Yeah. When I was in the 8th grade, the first Jackass movie came out. And so anytime these guys actually put out a new movie, like me and my buddies always go and see it. It's definitely a little bit of nostalgia. And we have twisted sense of humor. So seeing people punish each other with awful pranks is actually super, super fun for us. But yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you on Sunday around the same time, 2 p.m. Eastern. Much love and peace out.